Okay. All right. So we are live. Thank you all for your patience. I am supposed to be heading out of town today, but this morning I had some setbacks, a few setbacks. Um, so I had to make some adjustments. Uh, so we're just hosting this a little bit later than normal, but let's get right to it. All right. So we'll talk about overall market, then we'll look at a few individual
The ones
names.
who get it done. The most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver.
Okay, that was the Trump, the live video from Trump yesterday. All right, so let's get right to it. All right, so as you all have seen, yesterday we traded pre-market, and as the market opened, we took some trades, and then we were waiting for Trump to speak because he announced that there was a potential trade deal, and that's exactly what happened is, he revealed the details of that, and the market, of course, as I've been saying, if we have positive headlines around tariffs, trade wars, the market is going to take those announcements as optimism and respond. So that's exactly what happened. So shortly after, I mean, he was about an hour late, I started about an hour late, but we saw a pullback happen, and I mentioned this on call yesterday. That the market may be pulling back, taking a little bit of profits for the next leg higher, and that's exactly what happened. So after he spoke, the market rallied, pulled back a little bit, rallied, and then we see a dip again right before the market closes, and then we start to see the price pulling back up. Right. So with that being said, we're going to see that same behavior across the SPYs and the Qs. So what I would do is, that's good news. But as I mentioned, we still have the same issue, right, with tariffs. So while it's at resistance here, I'd be looking to let's see if it will pull above this double top pretty much here, that level, and if it does, then it could continue higher off of that the optimism. So if we look at the tech, we see that drop, dip, and then it pulled back. So right now it's a reactive trade basically, right? Reactive in the sense of we don't have an overall bias right now, but so when the market opens, we have to see what kind of price action and volume we get and mark up our levels, and then we trade accordingly, right? That's how I would treat this as a more reactive trade, with the good news. But still, we have the headwind of the impact that the tariffs are going to have, and some of that still hasn't been seen in the data. Okay, so just mainly reactive trade for today, this Friday. A few Fed members are going to speak, but it's not really looking at that to have an impact. All right. So with that being said, looking at the tech names. So we'll look at the tech names like QBTS. We saw them dip yesterday, and QBTS was on our list because it had earnings. So it dipped and then it rallied with the rest of the market, and it held up well. So I'd say QBTS may give us a second day play from earnings and that positive news. So I take a look at QBTS. This was in our game plan. We had to wait around a lot though to catch that rally. So QBTS, I would look at that. Now Bitcoin also rallied yesterday, right? After that news came out, we see a strong push and rally throughout the day. So the crypto names, Mara would be in play. But one that is better, in my opinion, is ASST. So ASST, we traded in the morning right before the news came out. So we had pre-market trades, and then we traded after the market opened, and then it proceeded to rally. And now it's holding up very well. So I'd say ASST is probably one of the main tickers that I would trade around the Bitcoin sector, our theme. Okay, so ASST is still on the board for me right now. One other maybe CEP, but ASST is still a lot cheaper. So I'd say that's like number one out of the crypto equities. So Mara, CEP, ASST. I take a look at ASST for the Bitcoin play. Okay. So QBTS when it comes to the tech names. When it comes to crypto, ASST. Okay. All right. Now a few of the names that ran up yesterday as well. Hyperscale, GPUS. All right. So GPUS at the same time that we traded ASST, GPUS also gave us moves. Okay, so GPUS, excuse me, not T, GPUS, it ran up. It's been on a trend here. So it had its recent debut on Monday. We traded it. Then Wednesday, traded it. And then Thursday, I didn't trade it because ASST was giving us a play. But I would say that ASST is, that GPUS is still in play. It had a good, like if ASST wasn't trading at the same time, if they didn't give us a setup, then I would have traded GPUS. I had both of them up in our during our session yesterday, right? So GPUS is still on watch. So we'll see how the market opens up. If we can break out of this 944, or we dip and we have some absorption there for another leg higher. That's what I'm looking at for GPUS. So either we dip, VWAP holds, these levels hold, or we pull on through this resistance level here, right? This served as resistance several times yesterday. This is yesterday's high, right? So we're still within the range of yesterday's high. So if we can break above, then we may be off to new highs, okay? So we'll see what happens on GPUS. All right, let's see. Let me check the chat real quick. Thanks. What do you think about it? Yeah, I'll jump right into that one. All right, so let's talk about today's scan, right? So that's bigger picture. There's a few, like if you're joining, I normally will cover small cap stocks. Most of the members are building their accounts and trading small caps. But if you have any questions about mid or large caps, I'll also watch those and trade those myself. So HIMS is another, is one, so just let me know, drop something in the chat. I'm also looking at Affirm and Pins and Pinterest, right? So there's a few others like that are mid cap that have earnings. It's earning seasons right now, different types of plays. So let me know and I got you. Okay. All right. So SR, let's talk about those that popped up on the scan. Okay. So let's talk about SYTA first. So SYTA, this one, it hits the scan and Mobile sets foundation with T-Mobile T Priority partnership. So they have a partnership, Fortune 100 telecom deal. So there's a partnership here with T-Mobile, and that's good news for the stock. But if you look at overall what's been going on with the stock, it has been constantly in a downtrend. So what I would say is I look at this as a temporary move, and it can continue like GPUS. Some of these stocks, they'll continue. But what I'm looking at for here, some of you all may have caught this first move right here. That was a quick scalp. Price pushed, a good volume, pulled back, and then pushed. Even I guess if you would have entered here, maybe you would have been in profit, went to break even, and then as it held, you entered again for more than a 1 to 2 here. Then price pulls back, and now it's established a intraday support right here. It's pulled above VWAP and pushed back down. So it looks like it may hold, but basically now we just need to see if it will hold above this intraday support that's been created, right? So created a new high and it's squeezing up higher, but this is going to serve as a resistance area. So we just need to see if it holds here, then maybe another leg higher on SYTA. All right, decent catalyst. The variables are good on SYTA. 3 million float, 44 million turnover. So that's good right now. All right, SRXH. This one also good turnover and good stats, but these levels haven't held. Actually, So they purchased some tokens. I mean, you probably can see why the catalyst didn't hold. Purchase of the tokens, the bots, they rallied up, and if you got in on an aggressive move here, momentum move, then you had at least a 1 to 2 here, and then another one. It's quick scalps. Now it's pulled back below VWAP, and time will tell if it will recover above VWAP or not. I mean, it's still holding up pretty well. The selling isn't too aggressive. So let's see. Set alarms, see if it crosses over VWAP. Okay. All right. Why did you stop trading Dow Jones? In my opinion, and this takes a longer video, stocks are more predictable and we have more information, volume or supply and demand, more information. Dow Jones and indices are good when you have something like tariff announcements and you have a directional like that directional play on Qs that just happened since, Trump made the announcements. Those keep making those announcements about headlines. That's when it's good, but it's not so good when it's choppy and you don't have any catalyst. So I just started to I changed my style up so that I can trade every single day. I'm trading 3 to 5 setups every single day almost. There's some days when it's only one or one or two, but almost every day we have stocks that are running up like this. It's 5,000 stocks. So if I scan for my setups, I'm trading every day. So yeah, it was times where I only take 2 or 3 setups in the entire month that are really, really solid setups with indices. So me trading for 5 years, going on 6, I've seen enough times where, indices were slow and I didn't have like much, I just had to rely on larger capital to make a living. But I came into understanding that this, having a more opportunity every day, I can make more money and make a better use of my time. So, all right, what do you think of GP? Yep. All right. Also, is Lightspeed your broker and also platform? Yes. That's my broker. There's several brokers that I like, but that's my broker of choice and platform of choice. And Dash Trader Pro. I love Dash Trader Pro. All right. Let's see. What do you think of MVVE? Let me see. All right. Just 1 second. So we covered the two faves there. This morning is SYTA still can be active. If it breaks and holds, then we have a trade there. A little absorption as well. And let me look at MVVE real quick. We have a lot on the scan. So if you were looking at the scanner, you had to, unless you have your float setting filter, where you're filtering out some of these larger names, larger float stocks. We had a lot up here, so some of these are kind of far down. Had to rotate through a few. But NVVE, let's see. What's the catalyst here? We have about a few minutes. Engages in crypto venture group to accelerate digital asset strategy. Yeah. Anything around crypto right now is gonna cause the bots are looking for that. Yeah, I'd say let's see if it holds back up above VWAP. We can see obvious absorption happening right here. You probably caught the scalp if you were looking at it. I mean, look at this right here. All this absorption right here happening right here. And then this right here is a quick scalp. So let's see if it pops back above VWAP. I don't see this as a long-term play. If it pops back above VWAP, maybe the shorts get caught off sides and then we have a squeeze. So that's what we want to see on MVVE. All right, just my alarms are going. All right, so we have a few minutes until the market opens, and All right, so we're gonna close out. Any last tickers you want me to look at? Any last tickers? I've been avoiding this one. ZKIN, Chinese stock. Didn't really see a catalyst, so I have just been. I didn't really do anything with it. So something's going on. Because it exploded at the end of the day yesterday. So it just didn't really look too good, but it took off. So something's going on with that one. But we may not have access to, the catalyst. It may be announced on certain news sources. We have to do a little bit more information. MLGO is just like this. Like MLGO, I stayed away from it. Then it kept running, and I just decided to trade it. So ZKIN, low float, it fits our variables. So I may trade it. All right, but I'll just watch it and see. Okay, we'll watch and see. All right. So I hope y'all have, VEE. Oh man, yes, that one really took off yesterday. The reason I didn't mention it yet is just because it had started to short off so much and didn't recover. So I just have it on watch. These are my levels right here. I have it on watch, but just didn't mention it. It's just on the back burner there. So yeah, that one just really took off yesterday. What threw me off is just waiting on Trump, and then all the moves happened after. But there's a few moves that we could have caught right when we were on the call waiting for him. Okay. All right. So 2 minutes until the market opens. All right. Hope you have a great day, and talk to you later. Thanks for joining, y'all. Smash the like button on the way out. All right. Later.